Okay, guys, so I'm finishing up what we did yesterday. So let's begin here. Now, with each one of these, you're going to ask yourself, what numbers do we care about? Then you're going to ask, what letters do they match on our little thing that I gave you guys before with that long code-looking thing, A, F, parentheses, G. What letter do those numbers go with? And then finally, what transformations do those create? After you know what transformations they are, you should be able to match the graph. Okay? So that's going to be our four-step process. If you find that a nice little thing to add to your notes, you're welcome to do that. Here we go. So for number 9, I'm going to start off with the function g of x. And I would encourage you guys to write this down on your notes, because if on your notes you just have the letter answer next to it, that's not going to be helpful to you on a test if you just have a letter answer. You'll want to have some notes to go with it. From yesterday?
Yeah.
All right, so what numbers do I care about here? Well, obviously anything that's not an f of x. So I like the 2, I like the 1, and I like the 3. And we need to decide what letters those are. Now this is a number multiplying the f outside the parentheses. So that is the a value. This is a number that's being added or subtracted from x. Look at your notes. Which one is that? That is the h. Good morning. And this is a number that's being added or subtracted outside the parentheses. Which one is that? That's the k. All right, so we know that. Now, things that we know about a. If it's negative, that flips our graph upside down. Is it negative? So my graph should not be upside down. But I do see that the absolute value of 2, is that greater than or less than 1? That's greater than 1. And what does that mean when the absolute value of your a value is greater than 1? It's a vertical stretch. And so what that means is that this thing is going to have, don't draw this on this graph, because I'm going to do a lot of things to it and you'd have to keep erasing it. So just let me do this part, but it's going to get taller. It's not going to get longer, but it's going to get taller. Okay? All right, so we know that much. Now let's take a look at this guy. When h is adding, when your h is a positive number, when you have x plus a number, what does that do to the graph? Take a look at your notes there. When x is having a number added to it, what does that do to your graph? Translates left. Translates left. So I'm just going to put trans left there. And so if I take this graph here, I wonder if I can select it. It's going to get moved to the left if it'll let me. I might have to do it over here. But basically it's just going to move it over to the left. So now it's getting moved over to the left. All right? Let's take a look at the last one here, the k. I'm adding a 3. When you add a 3 outside the parentheses, what does that do? Alana? Alana? We're taking notes. Now, what were you saying? Translates what? Up. Trans up. So now, I'm going to take that graph, and I'm going to slide it up. Now, I'm not really talking about how far I'm moving it, but it should have gotten taller, moved to the left, and shifted up. Okay, those are my 3 transformations I've got there. So you guys look at your options and you tell me which one you think it is there. I can't put them all up here because it's... Which one do you guys think it is on there? D? I don't even see one that looks like that. I think it might not be on there. I don't see one that looks like that. D is moved up, but it's moved to the right, and it's not taller, it's flatter. So let's put a question mark there. Let's put a question mark there. I don't see one that looks like that unless I'm looking at the wrong page. You guys said D, but D looks like it got flatter to me. It doesn't look like it got taller. And it went to the right and up. It didn't go to the left and up. So I'm feeling like Mr. Bailey made a mistake here, and the answer's not there. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Let's hope I didn't make too many other mistakes, though. All right. Let's go ahead and try a second one here. Okay. So h of x is equal to f of negative 1/2 x minus 1 plus 3. Okay, so I'm going to use my cards this time to ask you guys some of these questions. So Armani, I care about what numbers here?
Negative 1 over 2.
Uh-huh.
Negative 1 positive 3.
Good. All right. Good. Now I'm just going to call on you. I want you to tell me what letter you think it is. If you're incorrect, it's okay. If you try, you still get a point. But if you don't want to guess, you can just say pass. But Natalie, not with us. Let's try. Aaliyah, what do you think this one is? Good guess, but it is the B because it's inside the parentheses. So that's my B value. Cal, what do you think about here? H, I agree. The number that's being added or subtracted from the x is the H. And then, let's see, we have Sophia, what do you think about this one here? Oh, just erase something. Okay, I agree. Okay, so I'll give you guys a moment just to kind of talk with your team if you want to on what you think the transformations will be. We've got a negative, that's significant, 1/2. We have a minus 1 and a plus 3. So if you want to talk to your team, take a second, I'll call on you guys, share out your answers there.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Got answers ready for me there, Miles Warner?
I just want you to have those. For
All right, let's see what you guys got there. I'm going to ask, no, Vidal, tell me a transformation that your team recognized. If you can't tell me, you don't have one? Translates right. I agree. Yeah. Let's take a look at the next one. Michelle, what's the transformation that your group found? Good, I agree. Transit. And what else? Now, Kimai, you just got here, so I'll give you a break for now. We'll come back to you later. And David just went to the bathroom. But let's talk to Adriana. What did your group get? There's some other things we can do. Okay. I'm going to change your wording a little bit. It reflects across the y-axis horizontally. So we have a reflection across the y-axis. Now, how do we know that, by the way, you guys? It's negative. Good. And then there's another thing, though. Adrian, you kind of got the hardest one because there's only one thing left. Do you know what the last possible transformation would be? No? Okay. Michelle? Expansion. Good job. So this number here, the 1/2, that number is less than 1, and that's a horizontal expansion. All right, so now let's put all these together, okay? First of all, if I reflect this across the y-axis, what do you guys think that would look like? it would go this way, right? So that's this. That's across the y-axis. And what about that horizontal expansion? What's that going to do? It's going to make it longer. So I can't really go off the screen. Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
Dang it, Mr. Bailey. All right. I guess I just kind of goofed. But maybe what we'll do is we'll sketch it instead. We'll sketch it. But for now, let's keep going. So we have a horizontal expansion. It translates to the right. So that means I'm going to take this object and I'm going to slide it to the right. Now, how far do I go? Well, I would only go one space. And then we also go up 3. So it would look something like that. It would be slightly longer. So here's what I want you guys to do. Let's just sketch that, okay? Underneath of it, we're going to go right 1 up 3, and we're going to make it a little bit longer going in that direction. And we'll just say Mr. Bailey screwed up again. Darn you, Mr. Just don't do it on the test, Mr. Bailey. Yeah. All right. Okay. Do you guys need that still? Anybody? All right, let's do another one here. This time, I'm gradually asking you guys to do more and more. So the first one I did completely. The second one I let you guys do it piece by piece. This one I want you guys to go as far as you can with it. And by that I mean I want you to do all 3 of the steps. You can't do the last one. Well, maybe you can. I hope I didn't screw it up again. So if you could find the graph, pick it. But if not, don't worry about it. I want you guys to know the numbers, the letters, and what the transformations are. So go ahead. I'll give you guys a couple minutes for that, and then we'll move on. Do as much as you can with it. Do as much as you can with it. And here's an extra challenge. If you want, try to sketch what it would look like if the graph's not there again.
Oh, wait, why do you think that?
And not have it count against you. I don't know. I'm inclined to say no because we've been working on it for like 5 days. We've been doing a lot of this quite some time. Well, they're all just there together. Yeah, so like this is from day 1, this is from day 2, this is day 2, this is day 3, and then day 4 is just these 2 again side, and day 5 is putting it all together. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm inclined to say no, but I'll do it. For now, I'm going to say so we're focusing on it after a little bit longer right now.
It was like after, right after.
Yes. Yes.
After it.
So what we're doing right now is we're trying to, what numbers are important, what are the letters, and what
But the
are the
outside
transformations?
on the right is always gay.
What numbers do we care about? What letters do they match? And what are the transformations?
Wait, okay, so if there's
How do we do with this one? The number, the J one. I like both of these. This one's close. It's really hard to tell which one's the angry. So let me revise it a little bit. Say this is an A. Now, if this was a B, you would be right. That would be a vertical compression. But it would be a B if it was on the inside of the plane. So You were saying what now? Oh, the multiplication one? That one does seem to get people. So basically we have two kinds of multiplication. You know, we have, it's multiplying the x directly. It's like right by the x. That's a b value. When it's not by the x, it's outside the parentheses, that's an a. And so in that case, you're going to look at your notes for what it says about the, and this one, what does it say about the a? Okay. You don't have the ones from yesterday? Yeah.
Are you
So it's not. Oh, part about this. Here's the part. If a is greater than 1, then a vertical stretch or expansion, I should say.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Well, what does it
So that might be why you didn't see it there. I think you have everything else. So is this your pencil? All right, let's take a look here at what you guys got. So, Kimaya, what numbers do we seem to care about here? What numbers do we care about?
1/2, 1 and -3.
All right. Kevin, what was a transformation that your group identified? Or actually, we're not ready for that. What letters did your group associate these with? Okay, so you guys didn't get that one yet? Okay, go ahead, Shakir. What? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So, and you know, it seems to me like people are having a hard time telling which one's A and B. A and B seems to be hard to tell. Yeah, when it's in the actual equations, it is harder, I agree. But yeah, so A is the one that's in front of the F, right? B is the one that's right in front of the X, like this one here. That's a B value because it's right in front of the X. But you're right, it is a little bit trickier whenever it's in the actual equation thing, not a F expression. All right, so let's look at our transformations here. Edwin, tell me a transformation. And that's because we have an absolute value of the A is less than 1. So since that number is less than 1, that's a half. You can't read my handwriting. Since that's less than 1, that's a vertical compression, so it gets shorter. So let's draw that. That would look something like that. It would get flatter. Now, well, actually, don't draw it yet, but it would get flatter. The reason I want you to draw it yet is we're going to do more things with it. Alondra, any other transformations that your group discovered there? Translate left, and the K's translate correct. So this graph is going to get shifted to the left and down. So it got shrunk, first of all, it got shortened. And then it got shifted to the left and down. Now, did Mr. Bailey get that one? It is? Okay, which option is it? Okay, so let's go ahead and just put C there. And Mr. Bailey is only so far 2/3 a bad person. All right, let's do the last one. See if you can find the final answer, and if not, try to sketch it. Try to sketch. Let's do the whole thing again. The last one, K. Let's do K. I'm pretty sad about my blunder here. Now, oh, by the way, guys, there's not a number here, but there is. 1. Yeah. So if A or B are missing, they're a 1. If the other ones are missing, they are 0s. All right. I wonder if this one's on there. I'm gonna look. Oh, it's on there. Somebody said they think it's on there.
I will keep on guessing.
Let's screw this up. So
It's on here, sir. It's on here.
It is? Okay. Okay. It's both. So in this case, well, actually, there's since that number is just a 1, it doesn't compress or expand. But the negative does cause it to flip upside down. In this case, that 2 is greater than 1, so it's a horizontal compression. So A in this case flips it upside down, and the B squishes it. Yeah, it could be both. So like, let's just say though, Sophia, like, let's just say that there was like a number outside and a number inside. So what this one would do is it would take your graph and would make it taller. That's what this one would do. This one would make it shorter, so then it would be like this. Does that make sense? Or not shorter, but skinnier. So they can both happen at the same time. Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh.
Okay. So this is a number that's in front of you. And so on your notes from yesterday, what letter is in front of you? R. Mm-hmm. So my A.
Actually, what do you think?
My A is negative. Now, back to this page again. If A is negative, we have a reflection on the x-axis. So that's the fancy math talk for it gets flipped upside down. So we know that. The other thing that the A does is
I think,
it's greater than 1.
you know, I'm doing the challenge.
Less than 1 compresses it. But it's equal. So in this case, neither is fine. So it doesn't get stretched or switched. It's going to stay the same. But it does get flipped upside down. So now what letter do you think this 2 is? What? You get a toast? Can I borrow one? I'm going to highlight. So what we're looking for is
I need to stop the video.
so these are your 4 options. Which one do you think matches the 2? So now let's look at our arrows here. B is negative. Is our B negative? Get that. Next, we also flip. If B is bigger than 1, the horizontal compression. If B is less than 1, so far we've seen that it gets flipped upside down and squished. Okay. All right. Let's see what you guys got there. Let's regroup. So I'm back to Shakir. So Shakir, what numbers do I care about here? The negative 1 in the very front, the 2, the negative 3, and the negative 1. Good, so we always start there by making sure we pay attention to what we want to look at. Niana, what are these numbers? Like, what letter are they? This one is the... Take your time. It's okay. It's the one right in front of the F, yeah. Okay, good. Now you gave me the harder answer. What I'm looking for is just the letter. It's A, right? But you're right. It does, since when A is negative, that reflects it over the x-axis. And what that means is it flips it upside down. It flips it upside down.
Wait, okay, so if it was positive, that would be y-axis.
No. If it's positive, it doesn't do anything. The one that flips it over the y-axis is when the b value is negative, like that one. Okay, so if the b is negative, that flips it horizontally. If the a is negative, that flips it vertically. Okay. Brianna, what letter is this? Good. Matter of fact, Brianna, would you just wrap? What are these other letters? Good, thank you. And now let's do our transformations. Miles, tell me a transformation you recognize. Okay, so that's a translation to the right. Let me ask another person here. Steve, anything else?
B is a horizontal compression.
Okay, horizontal compression because it's bigger than 1. I agree. And then finally, Denise, what's the K do here? Okay, so guys, is the option available on there?
Yeah.
What do you guys think it is? B? All right, so B should look something like this then. It should be upside down, first of all. Second of all, it should be skinnier. So I'm going to make it go shorter. Oh, I erased too much. So it should be shorter because of the B. And then it should be moved to the right and down. So it's going to be like somewhere down here. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we like B as an answer. All right, that's what we're going to call it for today. Your guys' homework tonight is a study guide. We have our test on this stuff tomorrow.